Um, the I'm going to say this fifth dimension business. Then, have you seen all this fifth diversity or whatever they call it, diversity? Is it dimension? What do you actually think of that? Do you think that is what you call a return to paganism, or is that what you actually think that is?
Well, it's a revealing of the truth. There are more than who was it? It was I think it was a quantum physicist say there are more than one dimension.
Yeah.
We're in the third dimension, and we have invented another dimension, which is time. So this is known as the fourth dimension now. But they say there's anything up to 11, which is, to be honest, I think we've gone so far down this route of believing everything that's in front of us, and if we can't see it, feel it, smell it, it doesn't exist. That's the wrong route. We've got to stop that. And I don't know how you would do that. We've got to start understanding other dimensions. The eyes pick up a certain bandwidth of light, available light. Now, if you were to stretch the actual light spectrum out from Land's End to John O'Groats, we see 1 inch in the middle, but there's all that going on, and we don't know about it because we can't perceive it. We can't see it. And it's the same with human hearing. Hearing goes from 20 hertz, the lowest, to 20 kilohertz, the highest. And there are actually products on the market that exploit this, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. But that whole frequency range we can only see up till about the age of 15. After that, the top end, the 20 kilohertz, starts to reduce. And there was I can't even remember the name of the inventor. How much stuff is going on inside here. It's not a never-ending bucket of knowledge. Some stuff has to fall out for the next lot to go in. So the inventor invented a product called a mosquito, I think he called it. And what this done was, there were youths hanging about outside fish and chip shops and fast food restaurants and so on and so forth, corner shops. So he invented this product to disperse the youths, any adult that wanted to go into the shops. And you can look this up. It's all freely available on the net. So this thing's called a mosquito. And it was, I think he chose 18 kilohertz as a frequency. You plug it into the mains, it produces this really high pitched, and then all the people under the age of 15 can hear it. It hurts their ears, so they don't stand there anymore. And when I stumbled across that, I thought, oh, the man's a genius. An absolute genius. No aggravation, no nastiness with the people. You know, you don't have to tell them to get lost or anything. It's just a nice, clean, easy way to disperse youths. And as far as I know, you can still buy this product.
I didn't know that.
Very clever.
Yeah, they have weird things that they're getting into that. And I used to be into like they have riot control stuff that's out where they can discharge heat waves, aim it at a person, and it'll literally freaking make them feel so uncomfortable they'll run for their freaking lives. And it's supposed to not be harmful to them, but they'll know that they freaking been hit by this wave, you know. It's kind of weird, you know. I don't know for sure if I'd want that kind of stuff in public, you know. They come up with some strange stuff. And
well, this goes back thousands of years, though. Even the Egyptians were into sound healing.
Yeah.
They understood frequencies and the vibration of atoms and how they could be for you and against you. There's a, I think it's called the College of Sound Healing. Mm-hmm. If you look on the internet for that phrase, it should come up. It used to come up. I haven't searched for it for years. But they were researching how to repair certain organs within your body without operation, just by pummeling them with particular frequencies. I had a knot in my shoulder at one point, and I went to have the shoulder massage, and he went, "Oh, that is a deep knot," and it was there for months. I couldn't get rid of this knot. He went, "Oh, that is a deep knot. What we'll do is we'll try some ultrasonic," and this was at the time when I was researching the College of Sound Healing. We'll try some ultrasonic frequencies. So at that point I went, "Oh yeah, all right, okay, I'm up for that." And he put this machine on. It was like a long gun type thing, and you couldn't even hear the frequency that it was putting out, but he just put it on. He circled round and round. There you go, this should break it up. And it was a very high-pitched sound. And they do ultrasonic sound testing or ultrasonic scanning when your lady is giving birth, has got a child, and you see an image of the child. Now, we understand this. Egyptians understood this 1,500 years ago. It's just that they called it something else. And again, they were revealed that through the use of hallucinogenic drugs, which I'm not a pro user of any drugs at all. I've never touched any, and I wouldn't suggest anybody touch any drugs like this. It's dangerous stuff. But they done it years and years and years ago.
When it comes to the vibrations and stuff like that, though, it's evident. And if you go, like you've said, you've gone to the freaking monasteries or the freaking what are they called, the big cathedrals,
yeah,
stuff like that. I mean, they used geometry to freaking set it up to where you could go into these places and you could hear freaking the volume, like you sit in one area and you can hear the echo like you're in an auditorium. They have them even in India where what's that one? It was supposed to be where they buried the emperor's wife, but he ended up using his empire's entire fortune to build this freaking the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
The Taj Mahal. That's what it was. But that's the way they set that up too, where you can go into freaking the main corridors in there, and it would be just like being in an auditorium and having a freaking microphone. Everybody could hear you, So, I mean, they've been doing it in these architectures all along. And people even believe that's why the Great Pyramid that you got on your background right there, a lot of people believe that's what that was made for.
Well, yeah.
If
you look onto, I think she's still got them on YouTube, a woman, a PhD from the University of Calgary, Carmen Bolter, a fascinating woman. She has spent, when I discovered Carmen Bolter, it was along the same times that I discovered Graham Hancock. So it could be 35, maybe 40, even 40 years now that she's been researching the pyramids, and it's called the Pyramid Code. An absolutely riveting five-piece documentary, and she goes heavily into beneath the pyramid is an aquifer, and when you run water through an aquifer, because not many people realize this, I think the Nile is about 8 miles away from the pyramids at the moment, but there was a big gully cut and they used to go past the pyramids, whereas they don't now. And when you run water, flowing water that's been in sunlight through an aquifer, which is porous limestone, it produces a voltage. Now, underneath the Great Pyramid is porous limestone, and on the outside of the pyramid used to be Tura light limestone, which is an insulator. And when you look at the passageways inside the pyramid, it's granite. I think it's granite, which is slightly radioactive. I mean, ever so slightly. So she's saying the whole thing was like an electric wire. It was insulated and it produced electricity. Mm-hmm. And the woman, very, very. I'd suggest you, if you want to, anybody wants to look at this subject, Carmen Bolter and the Pyramid Code on YouTube. It's fascinating. It really is.
Yeah. there's a lot of interesting stuff up in the pyramids. Like, did you ever hear about the woman? She's going out there and taking samples off the stones, and
No.
she's finding old, ancient, freaking. Well, I'd say they're freaking sea life, basically, that's died on the stones. And the reason why she says that they're on there is because the stones had been imported from long distances and everything.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out where it came from.
Mm.
But what it could also be too is the fact that before Egypt was desert and everything, it was actually a tropical freaking,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know. So either way that you look at it, there's a chance that those pyramids are older than what people are making them out to be, you know, and stuff like that. So that's what I got into with that one. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, if you look on the side of the Sphinx as well, there's weathering on the side of the Sphinx, but there's weathering at the wrong angle as well. And they were saying Graham Hancock and Robert. I was just trying to think of his name, Robert WWOW. They go through this quite a lot. They're saying the whole thing was underwater at one point, and then as the water dropped, this is after the deluge, and that deluge cleared a lot of knowledge and information that was held in parchments and so on and so forth. What with that and the Library of Alexandria being burnt to the floor, that's where all this knowledge has been lost, which is such a shame, you know, because people are not, they get so clued up into watching TV, eating a burger and then going to sleep and then going back to it. That's not what life's all about. We weren't built and put here to pay bills and go to sleep. We've got a greater destiny than just to do that. That's a very material destiny, and that's not what we're all about.